Hello and good evening. Hello, hello, Paul. Hello to anyone else who's watching that cannot comment at the moment because you're on your phone, possibly. I am Allie O'Shea, International Law of Attraction Practitioner. It's lovely to see you here. So let me know if you're able to comment how you're doing and where you're joining from. Oh, sorry. I didn't realize I started so early speaking. Hi, Adele. How are you? Welcome. Hi, Paul. Hello to everybody else watching that hasn't commented yet. Hello, Wendy. How are you? Hi, Giza. Welcome. Hello, Joelle. Hello, everybody. So just let me know where you're joining from. I know where most of you are joining from. Adele, I'm not sure where you're joining from. Wendy's in Florida. Giza's in Hawaii. Joelle's in Ireland. Paul's in Ireland. It's lovely to see you all here. Thank you for coming. Look to my right. Hello. Allie is in Facebook land. Yeah. I'm always in Facebook land. I live in Facebook land. It would seem. I've started calling it my home. So I'm going to start with the positivity pledge. I'm not playing music just yet because I am going to play a song for you in a moment. So the positivity pledge. So this is day 2 of my Law of Attraction, Spirituality, Positivity Bootcamps Blitz. And the positivity pledge is, I shall no longer allow negative thoughts or feelings to drain me of my energy. Instead, I shall focus on all the good that is in my life. I will think it, feel it, and speak it. By doing so, I will send out vibes of positive energy into the world, and I shall be grateful for all the wonderful things it will attract into my life. So I love that positivity pledge. I think it's great and a great way to start the show off. For those of you who don't know, I think most of you do, however, that my friend Lute Brian Smith, who is a singer and a songwriter, he writes music for the Law of Attraction. And he put me into a song about a week ago, and I'm going to play it for you. And then we'll have music afterwards. But I'm going to play you the song that he wrote. Colleen is here. I know she's messaged me. I can't look at your message right now, Colleen, but hello, Colleen. I know you can't comment, so hello to you and thank you for joining. I'm going to play his song Vibration. I did an interview with Lute about a week and a half ago, and it was a wonderful interview. He's a beautiful soul, a very good friend of mine. And his music is reaching thousands and thousands of people. Now, I know that his type of music may not be for everybody. I'm not particularly into rap myself, but because Lute is such a beautiful soul and the words that he speaks and the way he composes the music, you just end up loving it. So I'm going to play for you now Vibration, first of all, to kickstart things off.
Your energy is warm, got me feeling calm in the midst of the storm. Esther Hicks, become one with him and share with me your wisdom so that I can win. Don't want to be a victim of my thoughts again. Teach me to be my own best friend. Open up the universe and let me in. And let me know I'm perfect even when I sin. Then I begin again a new day. What did Abraham say to Allie O'Shea? Find Luke Brian Smith and connect with him. Whoever comes seeking answers, show respect to them. Unconditional love, I will go out on the limb. Inspire people, sun up till the lights go dim. Your vibration, my vibration, our vibration is creation. However I feel, I bring more of the things that align with my core. Your vibration, my vibration, our vibration is creation. My vibe attracts my tribe, so I must stay aware of what's inside. Metaphysics, scientific. Your feelings are magnetic, so be specific. Everything in the universe vibrates, although it doesn't look like it, moves at different rates. On a quantum level, it is proven. I know it appears solid, but it's moving. Like attracts like, polarity. Even if far apart, there's similarities. Prosperity or disparity, both controlled by you, it's true. Your feelings, your emotions are the essence of the creative notion. Be aware at all times of your energy. Don't make your own self the enemy. Think of something positive and focus. These are the feelings that you want to keep the closest. Your vibration, my vibration, our vibration is creation. However I feel, I bring more of the things that align with my core. Your vibration, my vibration, our vibration is creation. My vibe attracts my tribe, so I must stay aware of what's inside. How am I feeling right now? Are my thoughts positive or negative right now? It's okay to observe that in which is disruptive, but don't hold on to it that is destructive. Just let it pass and readjust. Allow the negativity to turn to dust. Better thoughts, better feelings attract circumstances that are more appealing. Conversations that are uplifting. I can feel the whole universe shifting. Everything flows in my favor when I keep conscious of my behavior. Discipline, self-control, align me with my goals. My journey, what's the destination? I'm on the way to a higher vibration. Your vibration, my vibration, our vibration is creation. However I feel, I bring more of the things that align with my core. Your vibration, my vibration, our vibration is creation. My vibe attracts my tribe, so I must stay aware of what's inside.
Hello, everyone. My name is Allie O'Shea, a law of attraction practitioner, a massive Abraham Hicks fan, and I am here today with the wonderful Lute Brian Smith to talk about vibrations. Bam. And that was Lute Brian Smith. So if you're not subscribed to him, you should sign up. His channel is 3E Enlightened, Empowered, Evolved. Wonderful, wonderful song there. I mean, it gets catchier every time you listen to it, and it is about the words he uses, and it's also about Lute's vibration itself. Lute very kindly gave me permission to play that this evening to you. I just thought it would be a nice little opener to open it, and so wonderful that he put me in a song. And it's so true. Your vibe attracts your tribe. I've been saying that for a long time. In fact, I have Alio's Vibe Tribe, as most of you will know, which is €10 subscription per month. And I have a wonderful bunch of beautiful people in there. And I go live in there once a week, and I bring other teachers in to uplift, inspire, and teach as well from time to time. So I'm just going to get some music on here for a little bit of background music for you guys. Bear with me 2 seconds. So I hope you enjoyed that. I think, Lute did a fabulous job. And as I say, subscribe to his channel because he's got other wonderful songs up there on his channel. And he's got lots and lots of followers. And it's his message, as I say, that is drawing people in. He's teaching the law of attraction through his music. He's been studying it himself for years through reading and growing and learning and expanding. So absolutely love Lute Brian Smith. So thank you, Lute Brian Smith, if you're watching the replay, for letting us play your wonderful music. So I'm going to talk to you today about an article that I read by a guy called Joey Fox, and it's 11 toxic habits that are making you counterproductive. So hello to anybody that I haven't said hello to who can't maybe comment because they're on their phones or just are not able to. Hello and good evening. Welcome. And thank you for joining. So did you know that anxiety is the most common mental illness in the US, affecting more than 40 million adults? That's roughly 1 in 8 people around you. and only 1 in 3 suffering actually receive treatment. It stems from a variety of problems, some very commonplace, such as a slipping grip on the tasks around you, mounting work, and a constant feel of playing catch-up. With 1.2 million terabytes of information at the touch of your fingertips and growing, it can be pretty hard to keep up. There's never going to be enough time to know it all and be it all. Your only solution, optimize your time. Easily said, but difficult to do. But often the biggest hurdle is the self-created one, stemming from a range of behaviors which we may not realize that we are exhibiting. So here then are 11 of the most toxic habits that are killing your time, energy, and your motivation. Number 1, and a lot of you will probably resonate with this, or certainly know of quite a few people who do this: overthinking everything. If you do this, you probably know it, because you haven't only thought about things too much, but you've thought about thinking about them too much. And this makes you think that you are overthinking it. Sound familiar? It's a vicious trap that anyone and almost everyone gets into. It's extremely easy to let our thoughts roll and totally unravel our productivity levels, leading you to wasting that precious, scarce time we're looking to conserve. To stop this cycle, you need to develop a quick and well-disciplined method to separate the things worth thinking about from the things that are wasting your time. All it really requires is being honest with yourself. You will be able to identify that focusing on your commas while writing your annual report is probably not the best thing when it's due in 2 hours. So overthinking is a big problem in today's society. We have so much coming at us from all different directions. And personally, what I would use, if possible, is meditation, or going back to just basic breathing to try to quash those overthinking thoughts that aren't worth your while. Meditation, as you know, I always say it's so important, for quieting your mind, to bring about inspired action for you, to get your path to light up for you. Just laughing at some of your comments there. This is great, says Giza. Joelle said she was moving her shoulders. I was laughing at your comments as they were coming in. Paul said up and down or side to side. Paul said, wow, head nod all the way and way to go. Don't sing, Allie, resist. I resisted. Thanks for the hearts, Wendy. Joelle says, all going on now. Paul says, and share, please, so more can join the live. Much better live. Thank you. Yes, please share if you feel so inclined. Adele says, hamster wheel brain, guilty. And Giza says, I alternate overthinking and meditation. Paul says, I am blessed with a quiet mind. Yes, he is. Very laid back, doesn't overthink anything, especially what his wife says. So number 2 is dwelling on too much on the past. Well, we should never really be looking back. That's easier said than done for sure too. But, every moment that has passed is gone. Even this moment is gone, gone, gone. So really, we should be looking in the now, focusing on being here now, in this present moment, as often as we can. So let's hear what Joey Fox had to say about it. We're only human, and we can only think about so much at one time. Every moment in your life, you're playing a zero-sum game with yourself. If you're focusing on what happened 6 months ago and it replays every day in your head, it's taking up space that could be redirected elsewhere. Having said this, many of us have been through rattling experiences that don't allow us to wake up the next day and focus on the get-go. This is a very commonplace problem, and the first step to battling it is accepting it. The second step is taking action to put the past exactly where it belongs, out of the present, no matter how hard you feel your memories seeping back. Psychologists at the University of Oxford of the University of Exeter have been testing coping mechanisms for this exact problem. They found that mindfulness and daily mental exercises can make a long-lasting impact. However, if the problem still persists, consider seeing someone or getting professional therapy. So, I mean, that's wonderful that psychologists at the University of Oxford and the University of Exeter have been testing better coping mechanisms and have come up with mindfulness and doing daily mental exercises, because it is so important that we, don't use our past to procrastinate against what we need to be doing right now, here in this moment. Because, as I've just said, now is the only time that we have. Hello to anyone joining. Wendy says there's no heart button, so I can't overdo it, lol. No heart button. But thank you, Wendy. And thank you for the hearts there, Paul. Paul's doing it a different way, Wendy. Adele says, yay, science. So don't dwell on the past if possible. Oh, Ralph is here. I'm not seeing your comments on my YouTube, Ralph, but I just saw you pop up on my iPad. So hello, Ralph. Welcome. That's weird. So welcome to you, Ralph. Number 3 is being too scared to lose control. So you like it the way it is. It's comfortable. You sit on the left side of the couch after you work. Guilty. Over there on the couch. You go to the gym once or twice a week, and you occasionally take the dog out for walks. There's a lot of time for all of that, and you don't want to give it up. You believe you could be the next billionaire if you really tried, but why bother? This is a common cover-up for a fear of losing control. Don't be afraid to break the cycle and do something different. The only way something will pay off is if you take a little risk once in a while. I know you're on the right-hand side of the couch, but it was the actual principle of the thing. Exactly, Adele. His perspective is different to my perspective. So number 4 is focusing on the petty and negative. This might not be your fault, but it's in your control. Drama can come from anywhere and everywhere, whether it's friends, family, or colleagues. There are 2 straightforward things you can do about this. Choose whether to take part in it and choose whether to focus on it. If you don't take part in it, it simply shouldn't concern you. Don't ask her what he said. Just stay in the green zone and focus on you. If you're being dragged into drama by others, distance yourself from it and don't let it consume you. So what I would say is, what Abraham Hicks would say is to mind your own business in situations like that. If you feel drama coming on, we don't want to be sucked into drama, because quite often it focuses and centers around negativity, gossiping, or bitchiness. It's really not a nice thing to be involved with. And Abraham Hicks would really say, mind your own business as to what's going on. Don't get involved with things like that. And certainly gossip and bitching isn't a nice thing. Yes, the universe does love specificity, Paul, and you even spelt it correctly. Perfect. It took me such a long time to say that word, specificity. The universe absolutely loves specificity. Being specific with your hopes, your dreams, your wishes, and your desires. You used spell check. That's cheating. So number 5 is roboting instead of adulting. Your brain won't be the same after reading this article, or after listening to this article. No, really. Neuroplasticity shows us that at whatever age you are, your brain has the potential to grow and shrink. My music is playing around on me. Sorry, guys. Let me put something else on that's in my library. Your brain has the potential to grow, and it also has the potential to shrink. Yikes. We really don't want this happening. But if you stop practicing the things you once learned, you may lose them. So stop letting yourself be a complacent robot that doesn't get challenged every day. Take on new tasks and keep practicing old ones. You might just see your head swell up. So this is going back to what I teach in the law of attraction, of course, where I tell you that you should be learning and you should be expanding and you should be growing. Really important to study the things that you want to learn if you want to grow on your spiritual path, your soul path, your enlightened path, your awakened path, whatever you want to call it, just your life if you want to call it that. But, you know, it's so important that we keep learning and soaking things up like sponges so that we can continue to expand. Number 6 is shining the spotlight on you. He's looking at me. Why is he looking at me? Is there something on my face? How rude. The limits of the human mind, unfortunately, only allows us to access our own brain. So, unless you're a secret mind reader, everything you experience is in relation to you, where you are, what you're doing with it, etc. In other words, your perception. But sometimes we need to take a step back and look at the bigger picture. Maybe he's not really looking at you. Maybe what Mary did at work the other day wasn't about making you look bad, but about making her look good. This little habit is easily remedied with a little perspective and understanding that people don't often mean to say things to you or about you. Sometimes people just say things. You know, when myself and Paul started our e-cigarette, well, it was before we started our e-cigarette business, so it was about 8 years ago now. And there was no e-cigarettes in Ireland at the time, really. And we were using e-cigarettes everywhere, myself and Paul. And we used to go to the local restaurant pub that we like to go to. And we used to see people looking at us continuously. And we were like, why are they staring at us? Why are they looking? Exactly like what he just said. It actually turned out that most of them would always come up to us and ask us about the e-cigarettes. They weren't looking at us. They were wondering about what we were doing and if they worked and where we got them and everything else. And obviously we went on then to have a very successful e-cigarette business, which we still have. We just don't have the shop premises anymore. Paul says, always learn, more to learn. Everyone has something to teach and we never know it all. I still think they were just amazed by such a cute couple. Yeah. So, you know, it's, again, it goes back to perspective of what's in your head is not always what other people are thinking or saying or doing about you. It's your perception. It's your thoughts, overthinking, etc., etc., etc. Adele says, I saw the most amazing TED Talk today. It totally changed my mind about stress. Love learning. Fantastic, Adele. So number 7 is fearing change. You've probably heard of the fight or flight response before, the kind of thing you imagine you only experience when you're in front of a roaring lion that's about to pounce on you. Wrong. Evolutionary psychologists have found that fight or flight is actually a response that we experience every day in reaction to many stressful situations in a day-to-day life, at work and at home. When you fear change, you're choosing flight you're choosing flight instead in fear of choosing fight. It's totally irrational, but also totally understandable. When you choose to fight, even just a little bit, it quite quickly becomes apparent that maybe it's not so bad after all. If the worst that can happen to you is you fail, how bad can that be? Why not try out, I can't pronounce this person's name, I'm going to try, Nietzsche's maxim, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. So, choose love, not fear. Push on through, past your fears, and go out and do something. Go out and do something that you're scared of. Because change is good. Change can be really good for us. Change is not always bad. Change can be really good. And we were seeing the numbers 555 for about a year before we decided to close our shop. and we knew change was coming. Number 8 is holding grudges. This is something we all do. This is what, according to Joey Fox. Someone did something to break our trust, crushed our ego, or undermined our pride. But when we hold on to it, the only person it hurts is ourselves. Even Socrates, the first philosopher, realized this some 2,000 years ago. Often known for claiming that any unjust harm we do to others only harms our own souls. So if you're holding on to that old grudge that they've forgotten about, rethink whose time it is wasting. And I totally agree with this. And there's actually a blog on my website called Love and Forgiveness in a Conditional World. And as a healer, I know that holding on to grudges and not forgiving people can make you quite sick. It can cause disease and illness in your body. So try and forgive as much as you can people that you feel have wronged you. Number 9 is not sleeping enough. We have taken a full circle. Time is lacking and there's too much to do. The only solution sometimes feels like cutting down on sleep. But this is totally counterproductive and suboptimal. Your sleep and productivity go hand in hand. Harvard psychologists suggest that a lack of sleep can lead to errors, lowered productivity, higher risk of disease, and can even prompt obesity. So get more sleep. Personally, I go to sleep when I feel my body needs to go to sleep. Paul would sleep all day long if he could. Personally, I'm a night owl, and then I wake up quite early in the morning. So I'm wide awake before everybody else generally for at least a couple of hours. But I pay attention to my body, and I think that's probably the best way to know when you should sleep. I know lots of people like their routines, and that's wonderful, but I pay attention to the signs my body gives me, and I sleep when I need to sleep. If I need to have a nap, and I can, I will, for as long as I need. So I think it's important to pay attention to the signs of your body and what your body's telling you. Number 10 then is not eating well. Often people underestimate the relationship between physiology and psychology. When you're stressed, your stomach produces more acid, and if there's no food in there, it eats at your stomach lining. Likewise, when you eat too many empty calories, high sugar, and low in fat, your brain doesn't receive the necessary sustenance to function and stay in focus. These are common errors and cycles of habits that are easy to fall into. Try these nutritious brain foods such as avocado, berries, raw foods, and even a glass of wine. I like Mr. Joey Fox. I do like a glass of wine or two or three. So it's very important to eat well. Joelle likes that as well. Very important to eat well. I eat a very healthy, balanced diet. I drink lots and lots of water. It's very important to eat a balanced diet. I know lots of people on their sort of spiritual journey give up meat and become vegetarians or even vegans because what they say is that the dead animal is inside of you and it pulls down your vibration, and that when you are a vegan or a vegetarian, your vibration is raised higher. Personally, my vibration got raised even higher when I gave up caffeine, which was, I'm telling you, difficult. I gave up caffeine and it took a week of headaches. But because I went through that week of headaches, I didn't go back to it. I drink decaffeinated coffee now. And the only reason I even drink it is because it's cold here in Ireland most of the time. And it's something that warms me up. And I don't really like a lot of, I can't eat chocolate. I'm allergic to it. So I can't even have hot chocolate. And I don't really like any other hot drinks apart from soup. So I also gave up fluoride which is extremely bad for you. It's extremely bad for your pineal gland as well, which is your third eye. And so I definitely saw my vibrations raise extremely high when I gave up those things. I also take things like spirulina and chlorella, things like that, supplements, and chaga as well. Having a really good ribeye brings up my vibration big time, especially when done on the barbecue. Absolutely, Paul. Oh, dear. Joelle says she's being good tonight. Number 11 is surrounding yourself with negativity. Now, hopefully, most of you aren't doing this. It's easy to attribute our problems to a negative external environment. Settle and compromise because we are constrained in all directions. Whether it's the fact that you can't quit your job because you need the money, or the fact that you just can't ignore someone that's living in your own house, there's always steps that you can take to regain control. Isolate yourself once in a while. Meditate or focus on improving the situation. Apply to other jobs, even if it's 30 minutes in a day. You'll automatically feel more empowered, more in control, and more positive. So there you go. Adele says she likes portobello mushrooms on the barbecue. Love barbecues. Can't say I love mushrooms though. I do take chaga mushroom supplement though, but it doesn't taste of mushrooms. So that was by Joey Fox. 11 toxic habits that are making you counterproductive. So I thought that was a really good article. And I hope you enjoyed it. Now, I'm going to talk to you about some things that happy people do differently while I'm here. So number 1 is express gratitude. Well, of course, it's a huge one for me and a huge one for most of you, I would say. You should be expressing gratitude and appreciation before you get out of bed in the morning, giving thanks for everything that has not even yet come into your life, for all the wonderful things that are in your life, for opening your eyes, for breathing a breath in the morning, that you've woken up, that you are alive, that you've been given this gift called life. When you appreciate what you have appreciates in value. If we aren't thankful for what we already have, we will have a hard time ever being happy. We all have so much stuff. Most of us have too much stuff. We need to de-manifest. We need to become de-manifesting queens and kings. I put up a video earlier about minimalism. I thought it was really cool. I'd love to be able to get rid of all of that stuff. And I do, in fact, teach about decluttering on my workshops. And I'm going to undertake a decluttering again soon in this house. It's something that you need to keep on top of. And sometimes we can find it quite difficult to get started with decluttering, but it's really important. And it actually opens up the law of vacuum to let other things into your life. Number 2, cultivate optimism. People who think optimistically see the world as a place packed with endless opportunities, especially in trying times. Number 3, avoid overthinking and social comparison. Comparing yourself to someone else can be poisonous. Absolutely. Don't worry about what your competition are doing. Nobody has the energy that you have, and people will resonate to you or to them or to both of you. It does not matter, because you are the only one that has your energy. So never worry about the competition or what anyone else is doing, even if they're doing the same career. Because, as I said, you're the only one that has your energy. Nobody else has your energy. And that's your superpower, really. It's your superpower. Oh, we'll have a decluttering party, so Joelle, next time. You're welcome, Wendy. And you do you, says Paul. Absolutely. I said that to a friend earlier on a text. They were trying to guide me with something that they felt I should be doing and I didn't agree. And I said, you do you and I'll do me. Number 4, one of my favorites, practice. Hi, Elena, how are you? Welcome. Practice acts of kindness. And as most of you know, I have a group that I set up with my friend John Brough called Global Random Acts of Kindness on Facebook. It's a free group. And it's we set it up in memory of a friend of John's, David, who passed back to pure positive energy last year. But John is a friend of mine who went through his own cancer journey and helped the homeless an awful lot in London. He's actually just taking a little break from Facebook at the moment because after all his chemotherapy and radiotherapy, he's not been very well. But we set that page up together, and it was a place to go and uplift each other in love and support. And people post about random acts of kindness up there. And it's just a lovely group. So you're welcome to join if you're not in there. Global Random Acts of Kindness. Selflessly helping someone is a super powerful way to feel good inside, and many, many more benefits. And I teach about that on my Law of Attraction workshops, which are available on my website, www.expansivesouls.com. Number 5, nurture social relationships. The happiest people on the planet are the ones who have deep and meaningful relationships. Number 6, develop strategies for coping. It helps to have healthy strategies for coping pre-rehearsed on call and in your arsenal at your disposal. So breathing techniques come in handy with that one. Number 7, learn to forgive. So again, this comes up and it's very like, don't hold grudges. Harboring feelings of hatred is horrible for your well-being, and as I've already discussed, can be detrimental to your health, causing disease and illness. And go and read my blog on my website, www.expansivesouls.com. I'll just put it in there in the comments. I did a blog on love and forgiveness in a conditional world. Number 8, increase flow experiences. No, sorry, Elena. She's got a bad internet connection, so only getting Allie in 2-second bursts. Well, thank you for joining anyway. Increase flow experiences. Flow is a state in which it feels like time stands still. It's when you're so focused on what you're doing, you become one with the task. So it's like being in the now, in the present moment. Nothing is distracting you or competing for your focus. Hocus, pocus, focus. Number 9, savor life's little joys. Deep happiness cannot exist without slowing down to enjoy the joy. It's the little things in life that we should be appreciating and giving gratitude for. Number 10, commit to your goals. Magical things start happening, and most of us were on Jason Stevenson's thing the other night with regards to goals, and I spoke about it personally on day 1 of my January Positivity Project about setting your goals, dreams, wishes, and desires. And Jason talked you through the other day about how to follow through with certain goals and how your life will be better once you did that. Magical things start happening when we commit ourselves to doing whatever it takes to get somewhere. We feel good about ourselves when we reach our goals, because if we procrastinate about them, they can sort of come on top of us and weigh us down vibrationally. And it doesn't feel nice. It feels kind of heavy. Number 11, practice spirituality. When we practice spirituality or religion, we recognize that life is bigger than us. How true is that? You know, we all know that there's a superpower that exists beyond us. Whether you like to call it God, the universe, the divine, your inner being, your higher self, God exists around us, inside of us. And, you know, we all know that there's something greater that exists than us. and that life is bigger than us. We surrender the silly idea that we are the mightiest thing ever. We are all one, of course, as well. So we're all in this together. We're all connected, which is beautiful. Paul says, watch the replay, Elena. Just let it load up on pause. And then he said, you should also watch YouTube on a smart TV. For those that don't know, most have a YouTube app. Yeah, that's right. I sometimes put Abraham on and Mike Dooley on my TV, so I have a bigger picture. And number 12 is take care of your body. Taking care of your body is crucial to be the happiest person you can be. So we already discussed that there. With regards to food, and exercise as well is so important to keep our bodies moving and keep everything flowing correctly. And obviously drinking a lot of water. So I hope you enjoy that. I've just got one more thing for you this evening, and it is a blog that I wrote. And I wrote it on the 17th of September. For those of you who don't know, most of my blogs have been published by Rumi Quotes, and they discovered me last August. And basically anything I write, they will publish. And I haven't really done a lot of writing lately because I've been so busy doing lives and other stuff and family commitments and doing courses as well to expand my soul. So I will get back to it. Elena says, yep, I've got a Smarty Pants TV, but it's being silly on that too. It's like having the person in the room fun. So this is called the art of positivity. I think I called it the power of positivity on my description, but it's actually called the art of positivity. So I hope you enjoy it. How do we humans keep positive and in alignment when there is so much negativity in this world? The Irish and their luck. I don't believe in luck, just so you know. I believe in blessings and I believe in synchronicities and coincidences. How in the world are we, the Irish, with the cliched stereotypes we've been given, and with all the lovely negative Irish sayings and superstitions, how are we supposed to turn it around and put a positive spin on it? What are you talking about? I hear you cry. Well, here's a few examples. May the luck of the Irish be with you. Hang on 1 second. That sounds positive, I hear you say. But in reality, is there such a thing as luck? Doesn't that fly in the face of the universal laws? The law of attraction? We create our own reality. I hate to dampen your wild fantasies about lucky Irish leprechauns and the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. Another saying is that the Irish use when they are being judgmental and feel that someone is spending too much money beyond their means is, you must have money to burn. Well, really, whose business is it anyway? What anyone does with their money that they earned. Instead of being happy that that person has the blessing of the money to spend, quite often this negative saying is used. Abraham Hicks' teachings state that we should mind our own business. I think if people really took this teaching on board, there would be far less judgment and hatred in the world, and far more love. There's also, as I discovered, a superstition, which, to my disdain, being a redhead, a negative nonsense. The superstition states that redheads are thought to be the harbingers of bad luck. Rather, as I said, I believe in creating your own reality. I see having me around as more of a charm. Lol. Hi Lisa, how are you? The pot of gold is at the Rainbow Bridge. Yeah, absolutely. Another superstition is if you break a mirror, you're sure to have 7 years of bad luck. To be sure. Not. Actually, a couple of years ago, a lot of glass was getting broken in my house. From a rather large patio door down to small items such as drinking glasses or wine glasses. So I decided, from a law of attraction point of view, to see if I could search the net and come up with a positive reason for it. Lo and behold, there it was in all its glory. A lot of broken glass around you can mean your vibration is raising. Now, isn't a mirror at the core of its being glass with a pretty frame? Positivity and its importance in our lives. What is positivity and why is it so important? Well, positivity is the practice of being or tendency to be positive or optimistic in attitude. When we face challenges or get knocked down in life, a lot of people these days say, stay positive. Sometimes staying positive in and of itself can be a real challenge for a lot of people. Some people can focus, as we know, on the glass being half empty rather than the glass half full. However, being negative or pessimistic is bad for your health. And I already discussed that on my May Positivity Bootcamp. So check out, that was a 7-day bootcamp. Check that out as well. It's on YouTube. There have been studies that show that optimists are physically and psychologically healthier than pessimists. From a universal law of attraction point of view, being a positive person or thinking positive thoughts puts you in a completely different vibration than if you were being or thinking negatively. Therefore, being positive alters your point of attraction. This in turn can bring circumstances, people, and synchronicities into your life that otherwise may never enter your experience, therefore altering your path and possibly keeping you from that big juicy thing that you wanted to manifest. I saw this inspirational picture just now, synchronicity I would call it, as I'm writing about this exact thing, positivity. And I'll show you, it's there, and I'll read it to you. I will be happy, I will walk boldly, I will be brave, I will choose wisely, I will be grateful, I will speak confidently, I will be thoughtful, I will love fully, I will be the best version of me. How to stay in alignment when you're being fed all these negativities. Personally, I try to stay away from negative people and situations as much as I can to begin with. It just doesn't resonate with my soul. It lowers my vibration and it takes me out of alignment. That's not to say that it never happens. Of course it does. But when it does, it throws me off for a while, and I don't like feeling like that. Ever since I've been practicing the law of attraction and following Abraham Hicks, I've learned to be aligned as much as I possibly can, and that when I am aligned, all good things come to me easily and effortlessly. So practice getting into alignment by doing such things as meditation, getting out into nature, learning to manifest, being at one with the universe, taking a bath or shower, listening to music, cooking, petting your animals, or finding your soul tribe. It's really important to have people around you that are on the same journey to help you grow and learn and expand together. Obviously, learning and reading from such great teachers as Abraham Hicks, Bob Proctor, Louise Hay, Dr. Wayne Dyer, Doreen Virtue, Joe Vitale, John Keogh, Eckhart Tolle, Tony Robbins, and the list goes on and on, are also a great way to help you to get into alignment and to expand your inner being and your soul. Last resort. Sometimes, however, if you come up against a really big negative, as Abraham Hicks suggests, if you can, take a nap. And I wholeheartedly agree with this one. So that was one of my blogs there on the art of positivity. So I hope you enjoyed that. Wendy says redheads are the best. Yes, they are, absolutely. And Elena says, love the Irish accent. I have a dear Irish friend who always has my back. Love her to bits. Beautiful. Paul says, just be happy you have at last and go and get a refill. Absolutely. So I hope you enjoyed that this evening. That was the Positivity Pledge. 11 toxic habits that are making you counterproductive. Lute Brian Smith's wonderful song, Vibration. and my blog, The Art of Positivity. So I hope you all enjoyed that this evening and that you got something out of it, that maybe you learned something new, that you found it interesting, and that you also enjoyed the wonderful Lute Brian Smith's song. So I will be back for one more evening tomorrow. I haven't got a clue what I'm going to be talking about, so it'll be a surprise. And I look forward to finding out what inspired action I receive from Source tomorrow to bring to you guys. Thank you, Joelle. Thank you, Paul. Thank you, Wendy. So I'd like to thank each and every one of you for joining me this evening. I really appreciate you being here. Loved having you here with me. And I will see you all on Facebook. And thank you, Giza. And hopefully I'll see you again tomorrow evening, or it might be morning or afternoon for you guys. It'll be 10:30 p.m. GMT again tomorrow. Thank you, Elena. Thank you, Adele. I'm going to love you and leave you for now. I have been Allie O'Shea. Good evening from Ireland and namaste.